Hey people, this is going to be my first ever video blog. So I actually wanted to do a video response, but of course I'm not as computer literate as people may think I am. Kind of like borderline, whatever. But anyways, so since I can't do that, I'm going to make a video about what it actually means for the good and the bad. You know, everybody said, "Oh, why do girls date bad guys? Why do they don't date the nice guys and all this?" I've been seeing like a whole bunch of videos on YouTube, so I just want to talk about it. First, I want to talk about the nice guys. You know, you're probably in the mall, in the food court or something, eating with your friend or whatever. You know, you shopped all day with your friend or whatever, and you don't usually get people just walk up to you. Like, I believe like in Michigan, like Detroit, Michigan, like people are a little more skeptical about people walking up to them, and you know, they just not used to people being nice to them. And you know, as far as females, you know, they got so much emotion. Like, you know, I'm a female, even though I'm talking in third person, but yeah, I know I'm very emotional or whatever. But you know, I mean, that's just how it is. You know, the women gotta have a baby, they gotta go through, you know, some people get raped and like horrible things like that. It's like when somebody introduces themselves to you, I mean, of course you're not going to initially say, "Oh, all this happened to me," or I mean, you're not, when something happens to you like that deep, as far as like rape or mental abuse or physical abuse, it's hard for women, and I really don't believe that men take the time to understand that. It's just that I guess they like to play the game of, "Oh, I'm with my dudes. Let's see how many girls we can bang. Let's see how many girls we can run the train on." You know, like weird stuff. And then you know, you got nice guys. I got some nice male friends that, you know, just cool. You know, my best friend like anime. He got a lot of videos on here, so go watch his videos. But yeah, like he a nice guy, you know. But you know, that's my best friend. But as far as the good guy versus the bad guy, I guess I wouldn't even say good versus bad. I would probably just say, you know, no, I would say good versus bad. I wouldn't say nice guy versus a bad guy, because I just don't believe you should be, you know, first off, to say don't judge people. But of course, you know, that's what America's about, you know, read the Bible. But you know, it's weird. I know this is just gonna be my first video, so excuse me because I'm kind of nervous. I don't like talking in front of cameras or people and all that. Anyways, but I was watching one video, and I think the guy said something like assholes versus nice guys or something, which was, you know, it was cool. You know, he's a older guy. I don't really know how old he is, because, you know, I ain't trying to guess all that. But anyways, yeah, he said something like, you know, they gotta have confidence and stuff like that, and I believe, you know, that's true. But it's also how you come up to people. Like, I really believe that it's people in Michigan are not used to having somebody nice come up to them. It's been a lot of bad things that have happened to people, you know. I mean, not just Michigan, but you know, everywhere. But people don't really go into depth as far as, people are afraid to open up to people. It's trust issues, you know. You don't know who to trust, because you really don't know who these people are until you know, hang with them, like take them out. And people are skeptical about bringing people to their house anyway, so you know, it's hard. It's a growing process for like sociability and all that. But as far as the good versus bad, you know, okay, he said something like, okay, he introduces himself. My name is, you know, my name's Journey. You don't never see a girl introduce herself to a guy, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, my name's Journey. What's your name? You know, if I walk up to a guy, you know, that I think is attractive, and he might be an asshole. He just might, or he might just. It got to be some type of physical feature or something that you like on the guy for you to actually want to talk to them. And as far as the letting the good guys go down easy, which is, you know, most likely the people that people consider nerds, or you know, somebody, you can't just assume because you introduced yourself that the girl just gonna automatically be like, okay, my name such and such. I mean, you can't get offended by that. You know, you tried or whatever. You know, that's a plus. You tried, but you know what I'm saying. As far as for me, I'm just looking like one day I was at the mall with my friend eating, and like we was in a serious conversation or whatever, but we, you know, you toned it down. We giggled a little, and all of a sudden this guy just came out of nowhere. Hi, ladies. I see y'all looking good today. You know, he wasn't attractive. I'm just gonna say he wasn't attractive. He looked like somebody that like anime. Sorry, best friend. He looked like a nerd. I mean, that's what you call nerds. Like most people don't like anime stuff like that, but some do. You know, everybody different. But yeah. Anyways, he was just like, oh, y'all look real nice, and my name. He didn't even. I don't even think he even said his name. He just said y'all look nice. And he kept trying to talk to us, and we was kind of like weirded out because you know, what was your point of coming up? Like we kind of like me and my friend peep when somebody about to walk over to us or say something, because we get the people that stare and all that, and I don't know, we just get weird people that want to talk to us, and she most likely get assholes, you know, but she ain't into that. But anyways, yeah. So he just said, you know, oh y'all, how y'all doing? We just said fine. And, you know, still looking weird because like he paused and that's all he said that whole time. And we just like, okay. He was like, so y'all in the mall, y'all eating and it's good and all that, and we just looking like you didn't have. If you wanted to come over here and talk to us, I don't know, like the whole, you know, the eye contact, like he was like literally in our face, like we got food on the table. He was like, oh y'all looking nice and blah 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 blah. We just like, you know, space, you know, a little bit. It's like two people sitting down trying to eat their food and talking, and you got your whole head in like the area of where our food is, and you're like this close to our faces. So it was like weird, but I guess like I ain't never really had like no a-hole or whatever you want to call it come up and talk to me. Well, actually, I was walking home, and I was walking to get a phone or something, and I think I was walking with my cousin or something. And I just had on like, it's summertime. I had on a regular shirt and some shorts. And, you know, I got big thighs or whatever, so I guess dudes like that, and they like big breasted women. I got big boobs or whatever, which is alright. But anyways, and he was just like, oh hi, how are you? You look real nice. And I'm just like, thank you. So I walked into the store, and all of a sudden he walked into the same store, and I'm like, okay. So I know how my cousin is, so I'm like, you might want to, you know, scoot on back somewhere or whatever. But he was just like, oh yeah, you about to get a phone? He's like, me too, I'm about to upgrade this, da da da. And I'm just like, okay. I'm trying to get my phone, you know. So he's like, alright, you looking real good, da da da. You should call me and all that. And I'm just like, okay, sure, I guess. Cause I don't have people come up and talk to me. Like, I ain't offended by that or nothing, but I'm just saying, this just is a situation that happened. So I started to walk back or whatever. My cousin was like ahead of me. He was like, yeah, you should talk to him. He's like, he got some bread and da 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 da. And I'm like, you already know that ain't the kind of person I am. I ain't no go there, no type shit like that or whatever. So he's like, man, go talk to him. So he started walking ahead of us, and then the dude had stopped me or whatever. And he was like, yeah, you should write down my number and give me a call, and I want to talk to you and all that. So I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just give it a try. It was something different, so I was just like, I'll give it a try. So I called him or whatever, and of course all males are, hi, oh, you look real nice, what you like to do, what's your age, and you know, what you like to do, blah 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 blah. And you know, the point of talking that one time, of course they gonna call again, a text or some crap. So he's like, yeah, I want to take you out and da da da. And I'm looking like, I'm skeptical because I know where I live. So I'm like, 7-8 miles, you trying to take me out where? And I don't know you like that. So I'm like, nah, we can still talk on the phone or whatever. So I didn't even know who the hell you is, but the whole talking thing, you can't never figure out who somebody really is until you actually go somewhere with them. Well, maybe you can. It kind of go both ways. I don't know. I'm just a deep thinker. But anyways, it go like that. So I guess like after like a few weeks, he was like, I want you to be my girl and da 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 da, and you should give me a chance and da 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 da. But I'm looking like, okay, it don't seem like he ain't said nothing about no sex, he ain't said nothing about no money, no other type, like not no extraordinary stuff. So I'm like, all right, I guess we go together like some weird crap, cause like that seemed like some high school crap. I don't even know how old I was. I probably was like 16, 17, something like that. So I was like, all right, so we go together or whatever. So he came over. No, actually, he told me to meet him somewhere. So I met him, not in front of my house, of course. I'm about to show nobody in my house that I just met, and even though we go together or whatever. So I'm like, all right. He like, oh, I know exactly where you stay. I'm from that area. Da 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 da. I see you walk to the same store. I get my phone and yeah. Pay his bill, whatever. And I had met him or whatever, and he was like, oh, you want to go to such and such? And I'm looking like, first off, I'm still ain't trying to go nowhere with you. It's the whole point of, yes, I accepted that you gave me your number and I talked to you for a while. I go with you. I'm still talking to you, like the dating era. So then I got to the visiting era because you asked me to. The only reason I went is because I know everybody on this block. My cousin know everybody on this block, so I knew if something went down, everybody's gonna come out their house or whatever. So yeah, I told my cousin where I was going, of course. Anyways, so we sitting there talking, and he's still trying to get me to go, I guess, to some house party or some crap. And I'm not like a party person like that. So I'm like, I really don't know, because I'm like, no, I still don't know you, and this is the visiting part. I'm not about to go nowhere with you now, because like that's crazy. And I don't know nobody else. No, I'm not going. So he's like, all right, well, I guess I'll just call you tomorrow. Da 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 da. Maybe we can go somewhere to eat or something that's close in the area or something. He's like, because you seem a little bit skeptical and all that. So I'm like, all right, we can go. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna pay and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay. And it got down to that phone and texting crap, and oh, you got some nice titties, and maybe you should let me da 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 da. And I'm like, no. And my cousin like, what he be doing? He tried to take you somewhere. I was watching you and da 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 da. So I'm looking like, okay, where was he watching from? Whatever. And he's like, nah, you should let this dude get all his money, spend all his money on you, cuz, for real, da 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 da. And I'm looking like, to me, I mean, that's not who I am. So it kind of like had me looking like confused a little bit, like I didn't know what to do for real. So I was like, I guess he had said some remark about my cousin, like my cousin was a bum or something like that, or he looked young, something that was disrespectful. So I told my cousin, and he's like, oh no, that nigga on that such and such, blah blah blah. You don't need to be effing with him anyway, da 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 da. He was like, I was just trying to help you out because you help us out get some money and da 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 da. And I'm just like, okay. But anyways, that's just a long story. I probably shouldn't have told that long story, but whatever. Anyways, like after that, I don't know. I try to give like nice guys a chance, like people that I think nice. Maybe that's the whole point of girls getting mentally abused and physically abused. They trying to find somebody that's gonna actually accept that. And the fact that the girl's supposed to cook and clean and have the babies and support the man, because men is just as crazy as us. Like, I don't know why ain't nobody made no video about that yet. Like, the dudes is more emotionally hooked up than us. They'll be like, oh yeah, you probably gonna cheat on me with somebody anyway, or who's that nigga you was talking to, and da da da. And then there's some people that's actually like, that'll sit there and put on an act just because they crew or whatever. Then like, oh yeah, yeah bro, that girl had a fat ass, you go with her, you doing your shit, da 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 da. And like, they praising somebody else that they done looked up to. And the fact that their girlfriend got a butt or some titties or, something that they consider is bad, they just like, yeah, nigga, you get the praise. But it's like, for me to hear it and then actually see it, and like I done seen so much and heard so much, it don't make no sense. I just think that dudes need a little bit more help than the women too, so it ain't no good versus bad. ass jerk versus a jerk or whatever. So that's just how it is. Well, I'm not gonna talk too much because I kind of talked too long, and I'm kind of like staring at the time on this camera. But I'm probably making another few more videos, so just check my page. I got some weird stuff. I'm just a weird person, but I'm cool. I'm fun. Just check it out.